Here with us now to discuss our former New York Democratic State Senator David Carlucci and NewsNation political contributor and former Republican staffer, Dr. Lauren Wright. Welcome back, both of you. Good morning.
Hey, Hannah.
Morning.
Lauren, I'll start with you. Which Democratic senators do you think could join independent Senator King and Democratic Senators Fetterman and Cortez Masto in voting alongside Republicans? And what could change their minds at this point as we are in day 19 of this shutdown?
I mean, I think the guess that it could be a swing state Democrat might be a good one. I think that's a good list you have. But frankly, I don't think either Republicans or Democrats are going to be successful amidst this shutdown at blaming the other side. A lot of Americans are just mad at government. They hate Congress as a whole. They see this as deeply dysfunctional. And the partisan games are just something they're not going to have much tolerance for much longer. Yeah.
David, we know that the holdout has been to get healthcare subsidies renegotiated. I mean, that has been the number one priority for Democrats. Can they back down at this point?
Well, I don't think so. I think they're willing to negotiate. And that is just something that we don't see from Donald Trump. He's not taking it seriously. I mean, the showing of what he posted on Truth Social, I think, tells it all. He's not taking this seriously. He is acting like a monarch. Speaker Johnson is only a speaker in name. He's ceded all power and responsibility to the president. And I think we're going to see the results of that come in about 2.5 weeks on November 4th, this election day, where you have municipalities around the country. Any contested race that's not a slam dunk for Republicans, they're going to be in trouble. Because you saw 7 million people go out on a weekend to protest these actions. And it's not just against Donald Trump. It's against the whole idea that you don't do your job. And we see it time and time again. It's healthcare right now. And we see so many different issues where the president is taking it up a step, changing the norm, changing the precedent to the detriment of our economy and our nation of laws.
Lauren, both Majority Leader Thune and Speaker Johnson have said they will hold a vote on the subsidies when the government is reopened. Talk to me about whether you think Democrats can hold them to their word, actually go back to the negotiating table if they reopen the government. I
mean, I think the reason this is so ugly, and again, I'm willing to blame both sides for that, is that if you do really care about healthcare, there's a much better logistical and process way to do this. That's not with a government shutdown. It's just not going to be the most successful way to negotiate. It's not going to be the best time to demand these very expensive, very difficult to implement programs, and Republicans have promised they're not going to budge on it. And so what you do get is a bunch of workers potentially not getting paid. TSA workers, for instance, I was just at the airport at Newark the other day, in and out of North Carolina. I can't believe those people are still working mostly without pay. I mean, this is going to start to make everyone very mad very quickly. I'll just say to David's point really quickly, and I like David very much, but if we have a monarch right now, I've never seen a less successful one. I mean, this is someone who would be keeping government open if he wanted to, and there are protests in the street, and a lot of people regularly express their hatred for him, and they're free to do so. And he gets checked all the time by his own government, his own courts, and his own officials.
Well, David, we haven't really seen that. We've seen pocket rescissions where Donald Trump is not spending the money that Congress has asked for. We see attacks on Venezuelan boats coming into the United States, and that is something.
The bill you're talking about passed through the United States Congress. That's called government functioning. I thought you were talking about the big, beautiful bill, David.
Well, the big, beautiful bill. No, I'm talking about the fact that he has done pocket rescissions on funding that is meant to go to programs that the president decides otherwise. And that's
which
talking
Democrats
about
have not
done
that.
Against the law.
Yeah, we're going to move on.
There's one step after the other, but I think the icing on the cake is the fact of just that he's not willing to negotiate. He doesn't want to because he's able to grab more power. It's one precedent after the other. This idea that he's going to go and sit in front of the Supreme Court and use that pressure on certain policies that he wants implemented is problematic. So is he wearing a crown? No. But are these steps towards that eventuality? I think many people would agree with that and are concerned. No. And even members of Congress, if you ask them secretly, they would tell you. I mean, these members of Congress in the Republican Party have ceded their responsibility, and that's going to be a problem for them come this election next year.
Speaking of
Congress.
senators, I do want to move on. There has been a lot of negative discourse these past several weeks, and both of you alluded to that.